Happy day. I am Nandhini from Department of BCom CS, School of Business from M.O.P College for Women. Now, in this module, we will be discussing about gratuity. Gratuity provisions under the head Salary of Income Tax Act 1961. This module consists of the following topics: gratuity, the meaning, provisions relating to the government employee, provisions relating to the non-government employee, and a problem relating to the topic. Moving on to the next slide, gratuity, section 10, subsection 10. Now, meaning of gratuity. Gratuity refers to the amount that an employer pays to employee in return for the service offered by him to the company. In simple words, gratuity refers to a lump sum payment made by an employer to his employee at the time of leaving the job as an appreciation of his long and loyal service. Next, we will discuss about the various occasions to which the employee will receive the gratuity. Now, the employee can receive the gratuity at the time of leaving the job. I indicate that the leaving the job here means it can be the retirement, that is after completing the service, or it can be the voluntary retirement, or it can be leaving the job during his service, or it can be when the event of death of the employee. Moving on to the next slide, we will be understanding about the types of employee for the purpose of gratuity. The employees are broadly classified as government employee and non-government employee. Government employee are people or the individuals who are working under state government, central government, local authority, or under the defense of India. Moving on to the non-government employee are classified as employees who are covered under Gratuity Act of 1972 and employees who are not covered under Gratuity Act of 1972. Now, in case of government employee, whatever amount that they receive as gratuity will be fully exempted. Moving on to the non-government employee who are covered under Gratuity Act, the individuals who work under factories or mining or oil fields, railways will be covered under Gratuity Act. Now, let us discuss the provisions that are exempted to gratuity. Out of the three set of provision given, whichever is least will be exempted. Provision number 1, 15 days of salary for each completed years of service, part thereof in excess of 6 months on the basis of monthly salary loss drawn. Point number 2, notified amount rupees 20 lakhs. Point number 3, gratuity amount actually received. So, out of the three given provision, whichever is least will be exempted. What is the taxable value? Taxable value will be gratuity amount received minus the exempted value will give you the taxable value of gratuity. Now, points to be remembered. What is salary here, or what is salary that to be computed? Salary will be basic salary plus DA. What is completed years of service? Completed years of service, here we will be taking months into calculation. So, when the months is excess of 6 months, in that case you will be considering the year of service will be the next year. Say for example, Mr. X retires after the service of 29 years and 7 months. Now, for the purpose of calculation, since it is 7 months, which is more than 6 months, we will be considering as next year. So, for the purpose of calculation of gratuity, we will be considering 30 years as service. Now, moving on to the next point, 15 days of salary. So, how do you calculate this 15 days of salary? We will be taking the last drawn salary, that is if the retirement is in the month of November, we will be taking the November month salary. November month salary into 15 days into 26 days. Now, what is this 26 days? Usually in a month we have 30 days, we are excluding 4 Sundays, we will be considering the working days which comes up to 26 days. The next point will be amount exempted during service to be subtracted from the notified limit. The notified limit will be rupees 20 lakhs. Now, any amount that you have received as gratuity during your service, the amount that is exempted during your service will be subtracted from the notified amount rupees 20 lakhs. Moving on to the next slide, employees not covered under Gratuity Act. So, people who do not fall under the category of covered under Gratuity Act will fall under the next category, which is employee not covered under Gratuity Act. Now, again we have 3 sets of provision, whichever is the least will be the exempted amount. So, point number 1, half month of salary for every completed years of service on basis of average salary drawn during 10 months immediately preceding to the month of retirement. Point number 2, notified limit of rupees 20 lakhs. Point number 3, gratuity amount received. Out of the 3 provisions stated, the least will be exempted. Therefore, the taxable value of gratuity will be gratuity received minus the exempted amount. Points to be remembered. Now, what is salary in this case? Salary will be basic salary plus DA, and one more new item to be added to it will be commission on turnover. Now, the point number 2, completed years of service. As I have already stated in the previous provision, where the employees are covered under gratuity, months to be considered, but in this case months you will not be considering it. So, it will be only the completed years of service. If it is the retirement after 29 years and 3 months, still we will consider only 29 years. If it is 29 years and 7 months, still we will consider only 29 years. So, it is only completed year of service. Point number 3, half month salary. Here we will consider the average salary. So, what is average salary? Average salary will be from the date of retirement. That is, if your month is stated to be November, then we will be taking preceding 10 months, starting from January till October. The 10 months salary we will be taking its average. So, that will be your average salary into 1/2. Then point number 4. Point number 4 will be the same of your previous provision. Amount exempted during the service to be subtracted from the notified limit of rupees 20 lakhs. Now, with the provisions that have been already stated, we will discuss one problem. Here the problem says Mr. B receives rupees 6 lakhs as gratuity on his retirement on 30th September 2020, having served for 29 years and 7 months. Calculate the taxable gratuity in each case if salary during the calendar year is 2019 is rupees 20,000 and in 2020 it is rupees 24,000, falling due on 1st of every month. He had worked earlier with a company and he received rupees 2,92,000 which was fully exempted from tax. Compute the taxable gratuity if he is a non-government employee covered under Gratuity Act or not covered under Gratuity Act. Now, the case is, the question states 2 cases if the government is a non-government employee covered under Gratuity Act and non-government employee is not covered under Gratuity Act. Situation number 1, if he is a non-government employee covered under Gratuity Act. Provision number 1 is 15 days of salary. So, here it will be 15 divided by 26 days into last drawn salary, which is 24,000 into 24,000 into completed years of service, where we will include months. So, here it is 29 years and 7 months. Since it is 7 months, we will be taking it as the next year. So, I am considering the year as 30 years. The amount that we derive is 4,15,385. Point number 2. The maximum limit is rupees 20 lakhs. Here we have already received 2,92,000 which is exempted. So, 20 lakhs minus 2,92,000 which gives you 17 lakh and 8,000. Point number 3. The actual amount received as gratuity which is 6 lakh. From the above 3 values, the least value will be the exempted value. So, the exempted value will be 4,15,385. Therefore, the taxable value will be amount received which is 6 lakh minus exempted value which is 4,15,385. Therefore, the taxable value will be 1,84,615. Moving on to the next case. The next case will be if the non-government employee not covered under Gratuity Act. Provision number 1. Half into average salary. Now, the average salary calculation will be, since the retiring date is from September, the 10 preceding months will be from November till August. The November and December, according to the calendar year, is receiving 20,000. So, it will be 20,000 into 2, 40,000. And according to the calendar year 2020, it will be January till August, which will be 24,000. So, 24,000 into 8, 1,92,000. So, the total 2,32,000 divided by 10 months. So, divided by 10, so 23,200. Now, coming to the provision, it is half into 23,200 which is your average salary into this 29 years of service, because we will be considering only completed years of service. The completed years of service as per the question will be 29 years. So, into 29 years which will give you 3,36,400. Moving on to the next provision will be your notified limit. Your notified limit will be rupees 20 lakhs. Now, out of which already exempted amount during the service is 2,92,000. So, the value will be 17 lakhs 8,000. The third provision is gratuity amount received which is 6 lakh. Out of the 3 values, the least will be exempted. So, it will be 3,36,400. Exempted value will be 3,36,400. Therefore, the taxable amount will be gratuity received which is 6 lakh minus 3,36,400. So, therefore, the taxable value will be 2,63,600. In today's module, we discussed about the gratuity provisions under the 8th Salary of Income Tax Act 1961. So, the set of provisions under the gratuity stated what is the amount to be exempted and how to calculate the taxable value of gratuity. Here, we have 2 sets of provision for government employee and non-government employee. Government employee, it is fully exempted. Non-government employee, we will check whether he is covered under Gratuity Act or he is not covered under the Gratuity Act. The set of provisions under the gratuity will be given. You need to calculate the exempted value. With that, you will be able to calculate the taxable amount. Hope you enjoy the session. Thank you.